Let's welcome to Tea with Tarana, Aishwarya Ma'am.
Hi, Tarana Ma'am.
Have you always been this good in English?
No.
Really?
My early education that happened, it was in my regional language. Then when I moved to an English medium school, I started struggling with English quite a lot. You know, normally any teacher would have said, focus on your grammar, focus on your literature. But she came up to me and she actually gave me a novel.
I think somewhere that probably inspired you to become a teacher.
20 kids crammed into one room. There's a whiteboard kept on the wall and my mother's teaching and they're like, Mom, we got the answer, we got the answer. And they're all like, there's so much energy in that room.
If you could choose a superpower, what would it be?
Being able to transform into different things.
If you were to binge watch a series, which one would it be?
So I'm an anime fan.
One message that you would like to give our students?
Don't be afraid to embrace your individuality. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Fear is just going to be something that's going to hold you back.
Hello everyone, welcome to Tea with Tarana. Now this is a wonderful opportunity for all of us because I get to have some tea and you get to meet my fabulous guests, and you know that my fabulous guests over here are your fabulous teachers. So today's guest is a very special one. She's a wonderful teacher and she's made it here to the set despite a very sore throat. So let's welcome to Tea with Tarana, Aishwarya Ma'am.
Hi Tarana Ma'am, I'm so excited to be here.
Great. How are you feeling?
I'm exhilarated to be here.
Exhilarated. That's a very good word, very big word. Most people would have just said, oh, I'm feeling super or I'm feeling great. In fact, your vocabulary is really fantastic. A lot of our students also keep commenting about that.
Thank
right?
you so much, ma'am.
So, have you always been this good in English?
As a matter of fact, no.
Really?
Yeah, so when I moved to Bangalore, I moved when I was probably 4 years. So my early education that happened, it was in my regional language. So then when I moved to an English medium school, I started struggling with English quite a lot.
But you're so good today, which means you must have really tried, right?
Yes, definitely. And plus, just a small story for you, ma'am. I actually studied in an ICSE school. So you know that ICSE English is pretty advanced, right from the lower grades. So I was scoring really bad marks in English because although I was able to communicate, my communication skills were very basic at that point. And in 5th grade, 6th grade, my marks were very bad. Like they were so bad. Every other paper I used to do well. English I used to get like 10 out of 20, 11 out of 20. Yeah, that was the situation. And I was just barely making it. And you know, at that time when you're scoring very less just in one subject and you know, you're doing really well in the others, you kind of feel bad, no? You're like,
of course,
I could have done much better. But in 7th, I remember my English teacher came up to me and, you know, normally any teacher would have said, focus on your grammar, focus on your literature. But she came up to me and she actually gave me a novel. And I still remember that novel was by Mary Higgins Clark. She gave the novel to me and she said, read. And that's it. Just read it. And she's like, it's my book. You can keep it with you. And I read the novel and the story was so riveting. I fell in love with the author and I went back to her after like 3-4 days and I said, Ma'am, can you give me one more novel I want to read? And she gave me one more. And I kept going back to her and I used to keep borrowing books from her. And then eventually I started developing more interest towards the subject in general. And that immediately started reflecting in my marks. It started reflecting in my confidence. And today I'm able to communicate the way I am able to communicate because of that. I think that was truly a turning point.
That's amazing. I mean, I think two things. Number one, like I told you earlier, trying to actually do it because most people, I think they're, you know, if they know that they're not good at something, they're actually very hesitant to try. In fact, they don't even give it an opportunity because they feel, you know, okay, people will judge me.
Yeah.
So they don't do it. So I think it's amazing that you've actually, you know, put yourself out there and gone ahead and done that. And secondly, I think you spoke about your teacher.
Yeah.
And you seem to have very fond memories of her, obviously. Yes. I think somewhere that probably inspired you to become a teacher.
Definitely. I think at some point I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. It's just surprising that I became a teacher so early in my career. And as a matter of fact, I still remember there was a day, it was in 9th grade probably, I came back home and I came home and my mother's a teacher. So she's a math teacher, yeah. She teaches high school mathematics.
Now I see where it comes from. Okay, right.
So she's she loves teaching, and I see her smile year to year when she has to teach. Like when she's in class and she's teaching her kids, and she's doing triangles and similarity. I mean, I see that love that comes for the subject and the passion she has for teaching. And I remember this instance, especially when I came back home from 9th grade. I think it was sometime during pre-board exams the kids were having, and I came back from school and my room is filled with 20 kids. 20 kids crammed into one room. There's a whiteboard kept on the wall and my mother's teaching, and there are these kids solving, and they're like, Mom, we got the answer. And they're all like, there's so much energy in that room. It's one tiny room. And I just saw it. My mom didn't even realize I walked in home. Like, she didn't know that I came. She was so,
engrossed.
Exactly. She was engrossed in what she was doing. And most importantly, I saw the joy in her face. And I was like, I want that. I want to be able to experience that at some point. And today, the fact that I'm able to teach thousands and thousands of students, and when they experience that joy, when they're like, Ma'am, I understood this concept in biology, nothing more.
I completely agree. I would say that the joy is it's an unparalleled feeling.
Yes.
And I do see the joy on your face. I mean, we interact so often and you're smiling ear to ear. So I think you've carried your mother's legacy on. You've been
Definitely.
influenced by your English teacher, and I think you're a fantastic teacher.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think it's also because of the fact that I am with all of you and here at BYJU'S. That's also a very interesting story, if I may, because I didn't happen to plan in coming to BYJU'S.
Oh! Okay, now this story I didn't know. I actually thought that you were going to talk about how nice it is to be at BYJU'S, which it definitely is, but you hadn't planned to be here.
No.
Oh!
So it was just one fine afternoon. I was just at home and I saw this ad. There was a requirement for teachers and there was a call for teachers. I said, okay, why not give it a try? It's just that. I applied and I didn't think I would get in because I was like, why would I get into BYJU'S? I mean, that is such a far-fetched thought. And I came, I gave my interview, I gave my demo. And I remember the day they called me, and this was 1 week before my birthday as well.
Oh.
They called me 1 week before my birthday saying, you've got in and we want you to join the very next week. And I was so surprised. I was like, yes, I really have to do this. But again, when I came in, I really did not expect the kind of things that I would be doing here. When I walked in, it was like walking into another universe, another dimension altogether.
I completely agree.
Being able to teach so many kids, exploring so many ideas, working with so many experienced teachers. I think it's been a crazy journey so far.
I have that exact same sentiment about being here. So I understand. All right. So we've got a clip over here which we're going to show to our students.
Okay.
So let's take a look at the clip and then I want you to please tell us some more about it. Okay?
Okay.
So let's take a look at the clip. Okay, so what was that about?
I'm sure all the students would be excited to see that because many of them have been asking me, you want to see Aishwarya Ma'am dance at some point? So I think they would be very happy to see this.
Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit more? Like what was happening?
So I love dancing,
Okay.
but I'm not a trained dancer.
Okay.
So when I was in Masters, there was a call for audition. And I was like, why not give it a try? What's going to go? What's going to happen if I give it a try? So I went and I gave my audition and there were trained dancers there. There were people who've been dancing for years. I just went and I gave it a try and they said, hey, you're good. You have a lot of energy.
Yes, that we know. Yeah.
I think the most immediately something that you can catch and figure out is the fact that I'm the most over-enthusiastic person.
That's lovely.
Yeah. So they're like, you have a lot of energy and I think you'd be good. So I'm with a lot of people, some of them who have experience and some of them who are as new as I am, and some of them who are my juniors as well. So we're all in a dance team, and I remember it was 2 months, and there's this intense fest that happens in our college every year, and we trained rigorously for that. 2 months I trained rigorously, and the kind of growth curve I saw in me, not just in improving my dance skills, but I think most importantly being confident. Confidence is something which we struggle a lot with.
Yes.
Because a part of being confident is also accepting your individuality.
Correct.
Which I think we also struggle with.
Correct.
But this whole journey, these 2 years when I was with my dance team, I was able to accept my individuality. I was able to put myself out there more, be more confident and enjoy the process. It's of course uncomfortable when you have to, do it for the first time.
Of course, yes.
Because you're very scared and you get a little afraid that maybe what if people judge you? What if they make fun of you? But maybe putting those thoughts apart and just going out there and doing it truly changed.
I think that's
the outlook.
That's so amazing, Aishwarya Ma'am, because really I would say this is another example of a turning point in your life.
Yes.
Simply because you have actually gone ahead and put yourself out there.
Yes.
I think completely a big congratulations to you. Okay, all right, talking about that, this is very positive and very inspirational, but I think let's have some fun also. We're having fun now also. Slightly less serious note. What we have over here, by the way, I'm going to tell our students, we have a rapid fire round. Yeah.
Oh no. I get very nervous with rapid fire.
It'll be fun. So I've got a set of 5 questions for you, which you have to answer really quickly.
I will try my best.
All right, let's go for it. Okay, so question number 1. If you could choose a superpower, what would it be?
Superpower. Being able to transform into different things. Like I would want to one day be maybe a human, next day I would want to be an animal, and then maybe a tree or a building.
You like to have all experiences,
Yes.
I see. Okay, all right. Second question. If you were to binge watch a series, which one would it be?
So I'm an anime fan.
Oh.
Yes, I watch a lot of anime. So probably if I were to binge watch any anime series.
Nice. Okay, if you could live the life of a celebrity, which one would it be and why?
Maybe not a celebrity, maybe a fictional character.
Okay.
Probably Hermione Granger.
Oh.
She's had so many adventures.
I can see that about you actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, I'm terrified. Probably more than Hermione, I'm like Ron. Because I'm a little terrified also of certain things. But I would like to have that adventure. So
Great. So you're a combination of Ron and
yes, a
Hermione.
combination of.
All right. Would you rather travel to the past or the future?
Oh, the future for sure.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Nice. Fresh food or fried food?
Fresh.
Nice. Healthy, Aishwarya Ma'am.
Yes, I try my best. But like every person, I also indulge in eating a lot of fried food.
Of course. All right. With that was the rapid fire round, and you did super well. So congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
We are drawing to a close of our session today. So before we go, a message that you would like to give our students?
I would say don't be afraid to embrace your individuality. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. Fear is just going to be something that's going to hold you back. So I know it's not easy to overcome your fear, but take that first step. You'll go a long way. And I know that.
That's amazing. So students, listen to that. Go ahead and sign up for that public speaking program. Go ahead and take that dip in the pool. Go ahead and give that entrance exam, no matter how scary it feels, because you're never going to be able to succeed if you don't try. And that's it from both of us at Tea with Tarana. See you soon.
Bye.
Thank you so much, Aishwarya Ma'am.
Thank you so
It's a
much for
pleasure to
having me
have you
here.
over here. Great. Is there any question you'd want to ask our guest teacher? We'll get them to answer in the comments below.